How's that? Is that better?
Hold on.
Can you see me? Can you see my?
Can you see me through the mic?
Can you see my voice?
Yeah, I can see your voice.
Am I showing up on the track?
Yeah.
All right. Perfect. Hey everybody, welcome to Books and Bathos. I'm your host, Shawn Carter, with this other guy.
That's not the
Gosh, Shawn.
Okay, you go ahead.
No, you don't know the next part.
You're
We've
right.
established this. So you have to say, welcome to Books and Bathos.
Okay, here we go. Hey everybody, welcome to Books and Bathos.
A podcast for the reluctant reader.
I'm Shawn Carter.
And I'm Chris Tester.
And we're at Dragonfly Book Bar right now. And this week we read The Other Bennett Sister by Janice Hadlow.
Correct. It's in the same universe as Pride and Prejudice. And it's
The universe of Earth.
well, it's a slightly different Earth, but yes. And so it's based off of Pride and Prejudice. It's a spin-off novel. And
you can get your copy at Dragonfly Book Bar for 10% off.
Correct. It's a spin-off novel that focuses on the quote-unquote ugly sister of the Bennets.
Plain.
Jane.
The plain sister. Not plain Jane. No, no. Jane is most certainly not plain.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They keep saying she's very attractive.
They say it a lot.
But no, this follows Mary, the ugly duckling of the Bennets, if you will, and her journey on trying to find love or even just marriage and figuring out what to do with her life.
Yes. Well, because her family's estate had an entail, whatever that means.
Whatever that entails.
It means that all the daughters had to get married if they wanted to be taken care of, or they had to become like a governess or something like that.
But nobody wants to become a governess.
Or just be poor and have to live in other people's houses.
Yeah. But actually, honestly, not the worst deal.
Yeah, for sure. As I was reading this book, like the whole time I was like, oh man, I really hope it works out for Mary. But at the same time, I was like, there's just people covered in dirt, like all around them, right? Like,
well, yeah, she was like, oh man, this really sucks. And I was like, you're getting to live in really nice houses for free.
Houses. I mean, these are estates. These are.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, she's crashing at all these places. She's got her own,
got her own room. They're buying her things. Like, it's a wonderful deal.
There's
honestly.
never a part of the book where they're like, and then Mary went to the store to pick up her eggs.
Yeah.
No. The cook makes her food.
I feel like as the only person here with knowledge of Regency times, that was a very real possibility. At any time, they could have literally thrown her out on the street, and it was super unlikely that her family was as generous or even that she had so many living siblings that would let her. It was, at any time it could have changed. Somebody could have died. They could have just changed their mind.
Well, that is what happened.
She totally could have been on the street.
This is what happened.
Not on the street. She could have become like a governess or something like that. I mean,
if she got a job, you have to have a reference for that. She could have literally been homeless on the street.
Catherine de Bourgh wanted her, of all people, to be a governess immediately.
She could have changed her mind, and she could have gotten fired.
Yeah, did you not feel the tension in that where she was like, she didn't want to become a governess, but she knew she might not have a choice.
Yeah,
so
eventually.
Right.
Yeah.
So there was some threat to her being able to continue living. It seemed as though she would be able to continue living in other people's homes, though uncomfortably.
Yeah, I think while she was of marrying age.
Yes.
Kind of like Catherine was for a long time through the story. Not Catherine. Charlotte. Sorry. Because
I was like,
Charlotte-
man, how did I lose a whole character in this?
Well, Catherine is the youngest sister, right? Kitty?
Lydia and Kitty.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But no, Charlotte, because at the beginning of the book, she's 27 and unmarried, I think.
27. Okay.
Yeah. And like that's a huge, like she's past her prime at that point, according to the novel. Not, you know.
I'm not like, that's not me saying this.
Yeah,
This is the novel saying she is basically an old maid by this point.
Well, I think she refers to herself as a spinster at one point. So,
but yeah, I mean, I like Charlotte. She's, we are introduced to her sort of by her being like, I'm going to do whatever I need to do to get married.
Yeah.
All these ladies sit back and wait for some guy to approach them, but I'm going to start approaching the dudes. She doesn't use those words, but you get the point.
And she's someone who is also described as not the most attractive woman. And she kind of is one of the influences on Mary, on how her outlook on marriage changes, and then eventually changes kind of back to her original romantic view of marriage.
So that's basically what the book's about.
Oh, well, I mean, we have to get to the main thing. The book is really about a torrid affair.
Oh.
Well, not really. But it is about what Anna would describe as a love triangle between Mr. Hayward, Mr. Ryder, and young Mary Bennett.
It's literally a love triangle. There's two suitors vying for her hand.
No, it's a line segment, and Mr. Ryder keeps trying to intersect himself. I
agree with Chris. Yeah.
Then that's love math right there.
When Anna we started reading this book, and Anna said it was a love triangle. So as we're getting into it, I kept being like, well, obviously John Sparrow
comes back,
yes,
right? Yeah.
He's going to come back riding a dark horse, but that's what I was hoping.
Yeah. Oh,
right?
me too.
Ryder's on one knee, Hayward's on a knee on the other side.
And then John Sparrow just
scoops her up and rides off into the sunset with her.
It would have been perfect.
But nope.
No.
So this book is really about hope. If I had to put it into one word.
Yeah, I guess so. So that would be your one word.
Well,
review?
actually, no, you know what? I don't know if this is one word. Let's hyphenate it. But I think if I had to sum this book up very briefly, glow up.
Okay. Yeah. That actually kind of goes with my one word review of the book, which I said confidence. I think Mary's whole demeanor and outlook changes whenever Mrs. Gardner bestows on her like a higher view of herself. And with that, I think Mr. Hayward and Mr. Ryder, they both see in Mary what she is now being able to see in herself, which is that she is worthy of being loved and that she is hot. And they're in love.
Yeah, it is really, her mom did her no favors.
Oh, yeah. Awful.
Her mom made her very insecure.
Yeah.
And then she needed, it started really with Mrs. Hill being like, you know, you're not this ugly thing that your mother imagines you to be. You need to start giving yourself some credit.
Yeah.
But it's not until she gets to her aunt's place, Mrs. Gardner, and gets some new threads.
Oh, yeah.
She gets dressed up. And, I think it does say in it that, when she's dressed a little nicer, she also does feel a little better, even though that's not necessarily something that she cares about very much.
Right.
But yes, it is all confidence building.
Yeah.
It's all getting to feel better about herself. And then from there, she starts having better relationships with people.
Well, it all ties together with one of, I think, your and my favorite characters, Mr. Collins.
Of course, right? Mr. Collins. Love that guy.
he really turns around.
I was gonna say, if you're on chapter 30 now, you might be like, Mr. Collins.
Yeah. At first you're like, who is this guy and what is he doing?
He's terrible.
But whenever she revisits the Collins household, her former house, you really learn a lot more about him and his willingness to be there for Mary, to teach her Greek in a time where a woman should never learn Greek.
Right.
I mean, that's awful.
Well, they had a little.
It's not my opinion.
When you were talking about a torrid affair, I was thinking Mr. Collins and Mary, because that was the most heated that this book got, really. He's teaching her Greek. They're sneaking to the library together. They're laughing.
I mean, he does.
Charlotte's out in the garden by herself. She's got to reel him in and let's go work on this arbor together.
That's true.
You know, the relationship that Mary had with Mr. Collins made Charlotte engage in her marriage.
Oh yeah, I think Mary even says that ultimately what she did for Charlotte and Mr. Collins was a good thing.
Right.
But it just meant that she would never be able to really go back there.
Oh yeah, I know. That temptress could never be back.
But it is awkward because Mr. Collins did say, like, oh, it would have been like great if we were married, and then it's like, whoa.
Yes, this was the closest there was to a
yeah.
love triangle in the book, because Collins was certainly interested in Mary.
Yeah,
he was also married to Charlotte, and Charlotte and Mary both. I mean, Charlotte definitely. Mary might have had more interest in Mr. Collins than Charlotte actually did.
Oh, I think initially, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, that's another thing that we didn't really talk about is Mary fully convinced herself that she should pursue Mr. Collins. Mm-hmm. And then Charlotte kind of swoops in and steals Mr. Collins away from her.
Steals is a strong word.
I mean, I think that's how Mrs. Bennett saw it.
Well, Mrs. Bennett was a little too late on the draw there. She didn't believe in Mary. She thought she had to get Lizzie after Mr. Collins. Lizzie was she was top shelf, you know what I mean? Mr. Collins needed to be reaching something about shoulder level. God. Not to objectify.
Gosh, dude.
I mean, she is played by Keira Knightley canonically, so
Which is
interesting. I mean, she is written as too good for him.
And Keira Knightley was in a very famous movie, Pirates of the Caribbean, which had a character named Jack Sparrow. And now let's get back to the main guy, John Sparrow, the main character of the other Bennett sister.
He's such a blip in the book, and you love him so much, Chris. I don't understand it. Because he gave her her first hope.
Yeah, I think the first experience of someone seeing her as valuable and as someone who could be loved.
I mean,
before she even had that confidence in herself.
There was a teenage boy that wanted to dance with her 3 times.
Thrice.
Does that mean that he was in love with her?
Thrice in one night. That does mean that he was in love with her. He basically declared in that moment.
I wouldn't say love, but it does give a strong inclination towards the imminent plan of marriage.
He had intention.
He had some kind of intention. We don't know that it was love, though.
Don't try to disparage John Sparrow.
Listen, this lowly oculist, okay? He's going to be trying to get with my girl Mary?
First
I don't think so.
That lowly oculist's son...
that's right.
Becomes...
He wasn't even the oculist.
Right. Because he studied to become a doctor.
Yeah. He had to take a profession. Because he didn't have an estate.
So did Hayward. He was a lawyer.
Are you pro Ryder right now?
I'm actually pro Mr. Darcy.
Oh, you're very Elizabeth coded in this. Okay,
fair.
So let's talk about rating this book out of 451, because you guys clearly liked it, I would say.
Yeah, well, this was just our intro to like summarizing the book, and we're already too far into this podcast. So I'm gonna give it 420. 420. Yeah. That's not. There's nothing in about weed. It's just a good book.
Okay. So I am a little bit in the same boat as Shawn last episode, where I just gave Murderbot All Systems Red, I think, a 409, and I gave Isles of the Emberdark a 421, and now I'm in a situation where the other Bennett sister should be right there with them, like somewhere in between. So maybe like a 413, I would say.
It's good. It's a good score.
And I mean, I think the characters in the other Bennett sister are, great.
The characters are fully developed, or very developed in this book, that are not the main character,
right,
for sure.
Well, I think like you see it with like things like Mr. Collins, right, where a character that you're first introduced, and he's not. He's the closest thing.
He's awful to begin with. He's awful, but then halfway through the book, you
understand
now you're
him,
sympathizing with him, and you're kind of rooting for him in a way.
Yeah.
And
he's just
you kind of feel for him, where you're like, you know what, you probably had a hard time getting by. But yeah, it was great. I would say I don't even know what I scored the other books, so this is definitely up there with it. I also was very surprised by how much I enjoyed it. You guys said you're going to read this spinoff to Pride and Prejudice, and I'm like, okay, let's see how I get through this. But I got through it pretty quickly.
I will say, I have never read or seen any of the film adaptations of Pride and Prejudice, so that could prejudice my thing with this. But as all of these characters are introduced in this novel, I very much like how they are portrayed. Maybe in Pride and Prejudice it's very different. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
I'd say that's a pretty good number, because that average is 4.55 out of 5 stars if you go with a typical rating system. And I think that's pretty good. That's a pretty good number. I think when I rated it in my Fable app, I think I did 4.35. So you guys collectively actually both rated higher than I did, which is pretty impressive, because I knew you were both kind of reticent going into it.
Yeah, it was a good book. Read it. Read this book. And get your copy at Dragonfly Book Bar.
10% off.
I actually listened to it. I do the audiobooks, which was very nice, because there is a woman reading it in a British accent. I should have written down her name so that I could give credit. But anyways, she was narrating it, and it was very pleasant.
I bet that is true. I did my typical strategy of reading along with the audiobook at a speed at which Shawn is always disappointed in me.
What was the speed?
Well, because there was an accent, I couldn't listen as fast as I would normally want to, like a 2.8 times. I had to lower it to like a 2.5 times. Really slowed me down on this one, but luckily the book was good enough that I just kept coming back.
Okay.
Just like Mr. Hayward.
So I think we should get a little bit silly, get into some of the nitty-gritty of the book. So I want to know, if the two of you were in the Regency period, what do you think your fancy Regency name would be? Simmer down, pal.
That I'm going to be the Earl of Bristol?
Yeah, I think in Bristol, I think you're probably the Earl of Boston.
Oh, interesting. What does Earl even mean?
Oh, it means you...
Like, I didn't say I'm the King of Bristol, or even the Duke of Bristol.
That's true. It's about land ownership. It's a title, but it also is tied to property and lands and family money.
I own land in Bristol.
I guess.
Just a house, but...
Yeah, I mean, that's impressive. In this day and age, I mean...
Right?
Yeah. It's much like then. Home ownership is
It does
big
have
deal.
an entail. Oh. And if my wife dies, I am going to be on the street. I'm the Mary in this story.
We're all our own Marys in our own stories.
Can I ask you, what was your like favorite scene in this book? Because I have one that I love so much.
Yeah, if you do yours, then I'll.
Okay. So mine is where Mary is trying to win over Mr. Collins, and she is like, I'm gonna play the piano at this ball, and then she's like, and I'm gonna sing, and her piano teacher is like, I wouldn't.
Yeah, Mrs. Allen.
Is that what Mrs. Allen? Okay. And she's like, but I think I should. And she's just like, you really should. And then she goes and she gets up on the piano and she's playing, and then she starts to sing, and she can tell right away that people are not enjoying it.
And she powers through it.
She does. I mean, it's great that,
you
know, she's determined to do it, but it is.
I will say,
it's a great moment that, like, I kind of imagined it being like, oh, this is a triumphant. I thought they were going to make it like a very fun thing that everybody was going to be happy about, and instead it was like a low point in her entire life.
I mean, that is when her favorite sister betrays her and does the unspeakable.
Asks her dad
to stop,
shut it down,
her from doing that. And if anything, Mary was only trying to help Lizzie by getting
Mr. Collins rather than Mr. Collins trying to propose to her. Yes, I understand. But Lizzie probably also was like, let me save Mary right now. You think that she stopped her because it was embarrassing for Lizzie?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, 100%.
Yes, canonically.
She did not want Mr. Darcy to have any inclinations that her family had anything going on that was bad.
Yeah, because in Darcy's first proposal to Elizabeth, canonically, he's basically like, your family's so white trash, I can never be with you. And the way they all acted at that specific ball and Mary's poor piano playing is basically what he's referring to in that moment. So that was a pretty canon, her doing terrible and Lizzie being like, please stop.
Yeah, it did feel like it came from the previous book where it was like, this is something important, because even later on in the book she was like, Lizzie hurt me pretty bad when we were young and this thing happened, and it's like, oh, you're really dwelling on this whole piano thing, Mary. I mean, look, Mary's great, but let go of the piano thing. You got to forgive your siblings.
You're really pro Darcy, huh?
Well, listen, no, I mean, I just have two brothers, so it's like if I got mad over every time that one of them did something like stop me from playing piano and singing, I would be mad at them forever.
No, but like, you got to put yourself. Mary did something that she would never, like. You got to think about it as like,
she really went out on a limb doing this. Yes,
and
she's not one to like put herself in the spotlight. Yes, I agree.
So like, for then her sister, the one that she thought she was closest to then like basically be like, Mary, this is terrible. You shouldn't do this.
I just feel like if I felt somebody's hand on me while I was playing and I was in that situation, I would feel such relief to be able to get off of the stage that I would not be mad about it.
But it's so embarrassing. It's the equivalent of if you were like, I'm going to go apply for a master's program, and your brother called the college and was like, just don't let him in because this is going to be really embarrassing for him when he has to drop out.
I would say it's more like as if he was in and he was failing, and somebody was like, please get him out of there, he's failing.
Speaking of like sending an application, because you guys remember when Mr. Ryder proposes and then Mrs. Bennett finds out.
Was it when he proposed?
No, I'm talking about when he actually proposed.
Okay.
Not when he was like, will you be
my mistress?
My mistress. But
will you come to Italy with me?
Yeah.
And we'll have ourselves a time.
Yeah. No, but when he proposes and then Mrs. Bennett finds out and Mary responds to his proposal saying no via letter. What I thought was going to happen in that moment, because Mrs. Bennett then references his letter and I thought she intercepted Mary's letter and changed the proposal or like from a no to a yes.
Wow.
And I was like, she's awful. And then it didn't happen. I was like, well, that should have happened actually. That would have been a really fun kind of.
I would have never thought that happened because right from the very beginning of the book,
Mrs. Bennett's not very good at writing.
Mrs. Bennett's not very smart. She might not be able to write. We don't know.
She can read.
She looks good. They roast her in the beginning.
Yeah.
They're like, Mr. Bennett really shouldn't have married this lady.
Yeah.
She has nothing but looks, and now he hates his life as a result.
Well, she's a woman who only really loves novels, not
Allegedly.
Yeah. Well, that's what she says.
Right? Can we get to some nonfiction, please?
Well, that's the thing is Mary, on the other hand, is very non-womanly in the fact that she loves facts and history.
Like a man would.
Right, exactly like a man would.
So that kind of brings us to our Regency bias. Chris, do you want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, so I think that with this book, we're thrown into a time period where they're using language differently, and I thought there was a lot of fun things that they were saying that I would like to reincorporate into the world today.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we've already used some of the language, and I think it's very fun. And I think maybe Shawn and I would like to maybe talk about the one thing that if we could bring back, we would. So I'll let Shawn go first, and then I'll.
If I could bring back one thing from language that was popular in Regency novels. Okay. I think calling women handsome.
Yeah.
That's what I would bring back. Because right from the get-go in this book, they're she was very handsome. She was very handsome. Mary, not as handsome. But every time they say handsome, it's like a great compliment. And, it's not really seen that way anymore. This is seen as kind of a gendered term at this point. And I did test that out. I did tell my wife that she was looking handsome the other day.
How did that work?
She did not appreciate it.
Really?
She didn't like it.
Did you tell her the context of...
I did, and she still said she did not like it.
That's odd.
Which seems unfair, because she's told me that I'm pretty before.
Oh.
And I took it as a compliment.
Yeah.
What about you? What would you bring back?
So I really loved the dynamic of this declaring. I think that's super fun because it's almost like a pre-proposal, right? And it's I guess it's kind of like a promise ring, but it sounds cooler because you're saying declaring.
Yes.
And then I think of like a Southern gentleman being like, I do declare.
Which they also say in this a couple of times.
Yeah, and I think that we should definitely bring that back.
Yes, for sure.
So I think declaring. I think we should be declaring more. We should declare so many things, but especially your intent with a woman. You should declare it. Or a man.
On that note, why don't we play a little game of Hot or Not?
Oh, sure.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fun.
Okay. So, the main character of this novel,
Mr. Collins.
Mr. Collins. No, Mary Bennett. Is she hot or is she not?
Well, as I have said previously, this is really a story of her glow up.
Right.
So she starts as a pretty awkward young lady, and they do describe her as kind of dressing in like almost like rags.
Yeah, plain garb.
Yeah, through much of it. But I would say that once she starts dressing a little nicer and kind of like trying to look presentable, I'm not going to say she's trying to look amazing because that's never her goal.
Yeah.
She's not trying to get curls in her hair. She's just trying to make herself look presentable to the world. But then she starts gaining this confidence, and eventually she seems to have plenty of confidence. And you know what? That's hot.
Oh, yeah, 100%. She ends up having 3 people, at least, that were interested in her in this book.
That's right.
I mean, those
4.
are... Yeah, if you count Mr. Collins.
That's right.
And I mean, those are pretty good numbers,
Yeah.
I would say. Because I mean, when it ends, I think she's like 20. So I mean,
Yeah, she's got something. I mean,
Yeah.
there's 4 people that are like telling her.
yeah,
I mean, 2 like proposed to her. One of them was
Super
like ready
rich.
to leave his wife. Or, you know, I mean, Mr.
Oh,
Collins.
he
I don't know
never
if he would have left.
proposed. Yeah,
I don't know if he would have left his wife, but
No.
he told her that he
yeah. I think it
found
was.
her.
I think it was more of a if I would have married you, it would have been better situation. Not
Sure. That might be true.
let me leave my wife for you.
That may be true.
Yeah.
But anyways, Mary is hot,
Oh yeah.
and that confidence really,
If Mr. Hayward sees
Really
it,
brings it
I
on.
see it. You know.
if Miss, yeah, Mr. Hayward sees it, Mr. Ryder sees it, you know, everybody sees it.
Oh yeah.
So she's living in the shadows.
Except for
of
Caroline
her-
Bingley.
Oh, Miss Bingley. She's a good villain, though.
Oh, a fantastic villain.
She's a good villain.
Okay.
Also, she's hot too, but in a different way. So, this is a great character, but I want to know if you think that this character's hot, and that is Charlotte.
Charlotte Collins, Nie Lucas. She is much like Mary, although she does have less of a romantic bend.
Mm-hmm. Well, she's not romantic.
Yeah, she's not romantic at all. Really.
She's clear about that.
But I think she would be like. I think she hasn't let herself. She hasn't given in to the romance, because I think you see a glimmer of hope between her and Mr. Collins at the end, right? Whenever they're working together in their arboreum or whatever it's called.
I mean, I think that they're working towards having
Amicable?
yeah, an amicable, like a companionship. But I don't know that they are working towards being more romantic.
I like to believe that they are.
Okay. Well, that's very romantic of you.
I know. And because of that, because I think she's dutiful, I would say that it's better to be dutiful than beautiful.
Okay.
And Charlotte nails that to a T. Charlotte is hot.
Okay. I don't agree with that.
I also don't agree with. I don't think she's. No, I don't.
I think Charlotte is like somebody that I would like a lot and could be friends with, and just would.
Hot.
Charlotte says to Mary, "I am going to be aggressive with these dudes," and then the
Hot.
second, you might have a point there, but the second that Mr. Collins becomes available, she pounces before Mary even has a chance, and so.
A woman that knows what she wants.
And she is a cougar. She's 26. So
27.
pouncing is the appropriate word. 27, sorry.
Yeah.
But anyways, the point is that it's not because
I couldn't have made a better
It's not
point
because of her
myself.
physical beauty that Mr. Collins went
Right,
for
it's
her.
an inner beauty. Her
You might-
duty.
Okay. Okay.
Mrs. Hill.
Oh,
Is she hot or not?
I think Mrs. Hill is hot.
Oh yeah.
I think so for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, first of all, she's the housekeeper, right?
Yes.
She's the housekeeper.
She's the only person keeping that house together.
She is the only person keeping that house together. She's the housekeeper, but she is also, first of all, she's married.
Yeah.
So I think that for sure, she's not like some.
And Mr. Hill, we know this about him, carries their luggage to the carriage, which means he's pretty strong.
He's yoked.
Oh yeah.
He's just throwing that stuff a bunch.
Oh,
of
yeah.
Just, Mary probably has to look away. Just get too worked up. But yeah, I think Mrs. Hill is probably hot. I think that like nobody in the estate would consider her so because she's not a rich person.
Right.
But I think that like when she goes home and then it's her night off or whatever, if she gets a night off, I don't know how
Probably
this
not.
works, but I think whenever she gets a night off, if she goes out with her husband and they like do their big night,
Oh yeah.
I think that she is probably looking as good
Yeah.
as anybody could ever look. I
Mhm.
think Mrs. Hill, she's an attractive lady.
Yeah, I agree. I think everything that you said is spot on.
We all love Mrs. Hill. Also, when Mary is pretty young,
Yeah.
she encourages her not to think so lowly of herself, which is a trait of an attractive person. That's not somebody that is insecure, like, you know, not attractive does. They don't try to talk up other people, you know?
Yeah.
I think she's sure of herself and she's trying to lend some confidence to some other people.
Yeah.
She's a hot lady.
Oh, 100%.
Okay. And I will die on that hill.
Mrs. Hill.
Don't high five about that.
What else will we high five about?
That's a hill that I'll die on. The
This
Mrs. Hill is hot hill.
This is like your new campaign slogan.
Elect me for Earl of Bristol.
That's a hill. He'll die on.
Right.
Yeah. It kind of works.
Okay. Last person that we want to talk about, whether you think that they are attractive or not. I'm not going to say hot anymore because this character may be underage.
They're not.
So, attractive or not. John Sparrow.
John Sparrow. I think we all know the answer to this. He tried to dance with young Mary thrice in one night. He is the knight in shining armor. He is everything. He allowed her to see. I mean, he's, as a doctor, as an adult doctor, he is the hottest person in this story. We even heard that he was part of a celebration parade, and he was lifted up because he was the head of the class. Like he was the smartest person.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know what else you could look for in a man. And Mary, honestly, really missed it on this one. She needed to go after him.
Mm-hmm.
She ends up with probably the second best choice, sure.
Mm-hmm.
But this is really, a lot of people think that this is a good love story, but it's really a sad story about her ending up with the wrong guy. And,
Don't even.
Yeah, I don't agree with that, but I do think that it's great that John Sparrow grew up and became a doctor, and you know, I hope that he had a wonderful life. But it does kind of add to this sort of like, you know, a lot of people look back on their youth and there's somebody that they had a relationship with or something that they can always think about, like, what if, right?
Yeah.
So John Sparrow is that for her.
I guess what I'm trying to say is John Sparrow is the best. And we can all agree on that. Captain John Sparrow.
Yes.
Captain Dr. John Sparrow.
Oh, I never pictured that. Do you think he walked like that?
Oh, yeah.
While we're talking hyperbole, why don't we get into your all's favorite quotes?
So I have 2 quotes. Perhaps, remarked Lizzie, correctness and application are not the only measures of success. I picked that because that is something that I contend with sometimes. The context of what she's talking about is playing the piano, and Mary is more precise in her playing, but has less of the feeling and all of those other things that Lizzie has. And I think I sometimes fall victim to that, where I like to be very precise. I like to be very...
Yeah.
But I sometimes need to be more in the moment.
Yes.
And with feeling.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And some of us are nothing but feeling.
Right.
Yeah, it is great. It's a great quote. The piano thing where she's studying and trying to become a certain way, and Lizzie's just like, I don't think I would even enjoy it if I did that. that whole thing is great. My favorite quote is basically during what I like to call the roast portion of this book, which is the first few chapters where they describe Mrs. Bennett and Mary, which both get roasted for their own reasons.
Oh yeah.
And there's a part where Mary had maybe suspected that her sisters were more handsome than she were, but she overhears her mom saying that she has no hope for her and basically that she's embarrassing. And then it goes off where the narrator starts telling you what Mary's thinking in her head, which is that she had a face like a boiled potato.
Yeah.
Plain, like a white dinner plate.
And in that moment, I think Mrs. Gardner was still sticking up for Mary.
Yeah, she was. Mrs. Gardner was always
great.
Mary, you know?
So.
But anyways, yeah, I just like the beginning. I think that's kind of what hooked me into the book was like right in the beginning. They were just like roasting everyone. And I was like, all right, this isn't what I expected.
They're like
in this book.
What? There's these 4 beautiful sisters and Mary.
And then I was like, I'm Mary.
Yeah. I have one more quote.
Wow.
This also is, I think, right after the time period of what Shawn was calling the roasting portion of the book. And this was Mr. Bennett saying this. I will not stand in the way of any member of this family who seeks to diminish the amount of stupidity in this house. And that was one of my favorite moments of the entire book.
It was good. Yeah, you're right.
When Mary's like, can I use the library? And he just responds with that. And it's just like, yeah. Mr. Bennett, that's like the one cool thing that he does throughout the book. But basically, he's just roasting people the entire time.
Mr. Bennett is constantly looking for the thing that will most annoy the most people. Yeah. And then he just goes with that.
Mostly his wife.
Yes, mostly his wife. He's like, how can I get to her? How can I get under her skin? Okay, so this next segment is crossover fan fiction, where basically we take the last 2 books that we've read and we write a little fan fiction where the 2 cross over. So the last 2 books that we read were The Other Bennett Sister, it's a Regency novel that's a spinoff of Pride and Prejudice, and Isles of the Ember Dark, a fantasy sci-fi book that is, I mean, I can't imagine 2 books that are more different. So
they're basically the same.
Okay, here we go. So you really probably need to have read both of these books to understand, I guess, but here we go. As the rain came down harder on the mountain, Mary could no longer see Mr. Haywood or Mr. Ryder. Only their guide was still in view, but even he was completely indisposed assisting Miss Bingley, while she loudly complained about the size of the raindrops. Mary was certain that she would never make it down the mountain safely when, to her surprise, a man appeared out of the woods. He had dark skin and was wearing a vest. He looked well prepared to traverse the wooded mountain. He was by far the most handsome man Mary had ever seen, and her heart beat hard in her chest as he approached. Dusk had just passed through the perpendicularity alone and had promised the crew that he would return as soon as he saw what was on the other side. But when he saw this pale, plain woman struggling to walk down a mountain because of a simple rainstorm, he felt he needed to protect her. The pale woman said she had lost track of her party, and he did not reply, for that was not a question. He took her arm and steadied her as she made the descent. She didn't talk until they arrived at the base, at which time she simply said, "Thank you, Mr." Dusk pulled her close and kissed her deeply. Then he asked, "Are your people able to navigate the stars?" When she did not answer, he appreciated that.
Is that the end?
That's the end.
Okay.
I was enraptured by that right from the get-go.
Okay.
I love that, Shawn.
Thank you.
Um, I do think it is quite a bit out of character for Dusk to just plant a kiss on her like that.
That is so out of character. I took some liberties with these characters for sure.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, it's wild.
I hope Sanderson didn't see that. He'd be like, that is not what Dusk would do.
Brandon Sanderson, please tell us what Dusk would do in the situation where he has now been transported into the other Bennett's Pride and Prejudice universe.
I think he would help Mary, though. But I don't think he would.
All right, I think we should get into words that Shawn had to look up. And did you include any of those in your crossover?
Oh, no, that's a good point. I should have, but I did not. So, words that I looked up include oculist, which I kind of knew, but it's not a very modern word for...
well, they got bought out by Meta.
Yeah, good point. I get it. Okay. Acolyte.
Didn't you also have this word last time?
I don't think so.
Oh.
Maybe we talked about
no,
this
it was
before.
arcanist. Okay, yeah.
Okay. But anyways, in case you don't know, it's somebody that follows another person very closely, almost as if religiously.
Yeah.
Equanimity.
Mm-hmm.
It's a fun word. It's very bouncy. But I didn't know what it meant. I don't think I even ventured to guess reading it. But according to this, it's a state of mental calmness.
Okay.
Yes. Punctilious.
I don't even remember that in the book.
Well, there was a point in time where they said it. They said she was normally very punctilious about a certain character. I forget who it was.
Okay.
But it means marked by precise accordance with details of codes or conventions.
Okay, yeah.
Which you probably would have very easily been able to pick up through the context of the book. And I think it might have even had to do with like her being on time for something.
Yes.
So you might not have even thought about it at all because it's so close to punctual.
Yeah.
Bemusement. Bemusement.
It's like the parks, a bemusement park.
Yeah. A bemusement park would be very fun.
Yeah.
So bemusement is to be confused but also sort of entertained.
Yeah.
Which, oh man, that would be a fun park.
Yeah. You've heard of the amusement park, but this is the bemusement park.
The bemusement park. Maybe it's just a park that's not quite as good.
Yeah.
This is Canopy Lake Park compared to Dollywood.
I don't know.
Dollywood's an amusement park.
Yeah.
Canopy Lake Park is a bemusement park.
Do you think a sea amusement park is where you just
That's
go watch
SeaWorld.
other people have fun?
I've been locked and loaded on that for so long. I just needed someone to...
SeaWorld is an amusement park, by the way.
Oh, if you like torturing of animals, sure.
On that note...
Just everybody at SeaWorld is a future serial killer.
Yeah, I'm glad you acknowledged that.
Okay.
Sorry, acknowledged that.
Another word, recrimination.
Oh.
That's a good word.
Yeah.
Do you know what recrimination is?
No. But I assume it has to do
It's in the book.
Incrimination, but again.
Yeah, that was when Starling had to hold her own manacles on in Isles of the Empire.
Yeah, she had to recriminate herself.
It's not even the right book, guys. We're talking about
our fan fiction.
Right. Okay. Recrimination is a retaliatory accusation.
Yeah, so to criminate again.
No.
I mean, yes.
It's like if you were like...
If you criminate if you criminate...
Shawn, you're plain looking. And I was like, you're plain looking.
Right, that's a recrimination.
Recrimination.
So you criminate me, and then I criminate back. Recrimination?
Yeah, I mean, basically, you got it. Okay, those are my words. I also had capricious, peevish, approbation, artifice, countenance, aphorism, assiduous, prig, and beneficence. Beneficence. That's a good word.
the villain.
But I'm not going to go through all of those. Yes.
So,
Definitions. You can look them up.
do you guys have any closing remarks, some last thoughts that you want to throw in there about this book?
My last thoughts would be believe in yourself. You are beautiful. You just need to learn to play the piano very precisely and read more factual books.
It's like that song by James Blunt, "You're Beautiful," which is a sad song because he talks about how no one else finds you beautiful, but he does. It's just like that. But we didn't really talk about that much. The part with Mr. Ryder and Mr. Hayward, like that is kind of the core conflict of the book, I would say, and it's quite good. If you guys want to hear more about our opinions on that, comment and we'll comment about it. So.
Yeah, I could talk more about Mr. Ryder and Mr. Hayward for sure.
Do you
We hardly even got there.
Do you like Mr. Ryder? Because I personally hate him.
I like Mr. Ryder.
Hate?
It's a strong word, but it's a strong feeling.
I like Mr. Ryder.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I think he brought the worst out of Mary, and I think that he also, what Mary was doing to him, which I did not like Mary doing, kind of stringing him along, he was also doing to Caroline Bingley, and I thought that was bad on both of their parts.
Yeah, I mean, Mr. Ryder is not a perfect person, but I like him.
By no means.
Yeah, but I think he's
charming.
I don't think he's malicious.
He definitely knew that his friend was interested in Mary and still pursued her.
But he was also interested. I don't think it was excessively malicious, and then he did recognize that in himself when he said she could improve him. So I think it was nice that he recognized that he needed improvement, but I think he was right. He did need improvement, and it's not fair of him to put that on his future partner.
That's not her job, for sure.
And then he settles and goes with Caroline Bingley. So
maybe she worsened him.
Yeah, I mean, she definitely did not improve him, I would think.
Maybe he improved her.
Maybe it was like looking in a mirror. Maybe they both improved each other.
Yeah. Mirrors always improve.
We'll get to that in my fan fiction. Don't worry.
Hey, next we're reading 3 Bags Full by Leonie Swan. You can get your copy at Dragonfly Book Bar in Bristol, Virginia for 10% off.
In the next 2 weeks, please read 3 Bags Full, and we'll meet back up and talk about it then.
Next episode's going to be on June 9th.
The next episode is going to be on June 9th, so tune in. Once again, we meet on the 2nd and 4th Tuesday of every month, so always be on the lookout for that. Please follow us at Books and Bathos Pod on Instagram and Facebook.
And YouTube.
And also YouTube. And the podcast app of your choosing. Leave a review on Apple Podcasts. Is there maybe Yelp? I don't know what all.
You can comment on our YouTube channel.
Oh, like and subscribe.
If you ask a question, I will definitely respond to it.
I won't always make that promise, but I will likely respond to it.
And you can follow me at Shawn Carter Comedy on Instagram.
And you can follow me at chris.b.tester on Instagram and Facebook. Have a wonderful evening. Shawn?
We love you.